Hi, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, also known as the Try to Pen Pal channel, and I'm here today with a really fun pen pal project. Now, the first thing I'm grabbing is obviously the Flipbook for paper lovers. I want to clarify that this video is not sponsored. I paid for this book with my own money and I don't get anything from Flow. The only reason why I'm making this tutorial with the Flipbook is because after I filmed the flip through of this book, I will link that down below by the way, it has just been sitting on my shelf looking pretty and I haven't actually used it, or I have used it a little bit but not that much. That's just wasteful, so I thought I'm gonna sit down and dedicate a video to making a project with the Flipbook for paper lovers. So there's that. The first thing I did is obviously go through the book and pick out pages for my project. I didn't know exactly what I was going to make yet, I just knew that I wanted it to be a flipbook. For a flipbook, I usually use a base that is kind of sturdy, and because all of these pages are paper and kind of thin, I decided to go with gluing two pages together. Two pages that I wasn't necessarily going to use. I think they were wrapping paper of some sort, and I just put the pretty print to the inside and I used the kind of blank outside instead. That's just how I roll. The crappy glue stick I'm using was sent to me by a company. This sounds really weird. I'm trying to do that thing again where I don't redo my voiceover, even though this is my 4th try. This is going to be the last. Anywho, I ordered ink cartridges, and then the company where I purchased the ink cartridges for my printer sent you crappy things like pens and a glue stick apparently. And my goal for 2021 is to be less wasteful, be more mindful of my consumerism. So I thought, okay, if it kills me, I'm gonna use that glue stick. It's actually not that bad, but yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. So I went through the book, glued 2 pages together, and then now I'm just trying to figure out what to do next. In the Flipbook there are these little tiny note cards, and I was thinking of putting that on the cover first, but then I don't know, I didn't necessarily like that. And then I figured I could use it for a pocket, which is what I'm going to do later. So you're really seeing the full creative process here. Sometimes I will start a video or start a project with a clear idea in mind, but this time I really only had a cover to start with, and then I'm just deciding as I go. So what I'm doing for the little pocket is I am simply folding over a tiny piece of the card to create these little glue flaps. Someone asked me a little while ago why I make my glue flaps so tiny, because it looks like it's much harder, and that is totally true. I never actually thought about making them very big, but in this specific case I made them small because I wanted to save as much from the postcard as possible. And the next thing I'm doing is I'm using that pretty envelope die with my, I always forget what it's called, Big Shot Sizzix, is it Sizzix? Sizzix Big Shot die cutting machine. I will link it down below if you're interested to create these tiny envelopes. And that's just my cat Noose scratching the cat door because she still hasn't figured out that it opens 2 ways. My cat is weird, okay? I love Noose so much. I'm just gonna tell you a random cat story because why the hell not? But the cat door opens both ways. It opens in and it opens out. But Noose only knows that it opens in. So when she wants to go out, she pulls the door open and overhead, and then she ducks underneath it. It's really stupid, but she's sweet though, nonetheless. So that's the noise you might have heard just now. I guess my computer is still in my living room, sadly. I like having my computer here. I don't like the reason why, because my new desk is still, it still has so much paint fumes. It's really unhealthy. So I'm still in the living room, not crafting. Anyhow, you might also hear in my voice that I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm not sick at all. I mean, put everything in perspective. I'm not sick. I just have a little bit of a cold. You can hear that in my voice usually. And that means that I've made myself a little fresh ginger and lemon tea. It's still, what's it called, steeping, like it's still too hot to drink. I'm gonna enjoy that later. I'm a little bit terrified because, pro tip, if you have a cold, you probably already know that fresh ginger and lemon tea is good for the throat, right? Or for a cold in general, for your health. But pro tip is don't slice your ginger, but grate it. So I have a cup of grated ginger tea, and it's intense because ginger is quite sharp, and when it's grated, it's even more so. Okay, so healthy little tea, but the best part about using grated ginger is not just the added health benefits, it's also that you need a lot less ginger. So it's actually like economical, responsible as well. Yeah, I don't know, just a little tea talk in between. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all healthy, of course, speaking on the topic of health, and happy. That's also important. I'm working on it, I can tell you. But not crafting definitely influences that. I'm really hoping to craft again in the future, at least soon. But okay, there's a page in this Flipbook that has these labels. But for some reason there are these like lick and stick labels, you know, just like stamps. They have some sort of adhesive on the back. It's not great, I have to admit. I don't know what they meant for you to use it for. I think like for putting labels on glass jars, but of course I'm going to use them with paper, so I just added some extra glue, and then I think I'm going to write something on that later. So what I'm doing now is I am using up some of that scrap paper that I have. I am terrible with scraps. I have 2 baskets filled with paper scraps, so I need more ideas on how to use paper scraps. But I'm using some of these paper scraps to punch out hearts and these little flowers. Another pro tip that I have for you is to turn your punch upside down, because at least for me, when you have these punches with a circle, when you try to punch the paper, the circle digs into your hand and it really hurts. But when you turn it around, you have a lot more area to press down. I hope that made sense. But if you have these paper punches, you will know what I mean. I much prefer these type of paper punches. Seriously, what am I talking about today? Paper punches and tea and ginger and labels. But I hope it's okay. I hope you guys don't mind. I think I already mentioned it, but I'm again doing that try not to redo my voiceover too much challenge to take away a little bit of the pressure on myself. And I also have to say that normally I would talk about things, just things, but lately with the lockdown and not having a job because of the lockdown, my life is just a lot more boring, you know? My life is a lot slower, and I like slow, but not like this. I want my life back, and I want my job back. I'm making a joke out of it now, but it is pretty serious. I mean, I 100% understand why the Netherlands has to be in lockdown, because people, I don't know, I think many countries were already surprised that we were so tolerant in terms of like COVID rules, and now we pay the price. Now we know we have to be in lockdown. But you know, it sucks. That came out weird. It sucks not working. Not gonna lie, I really do miss having a purpose. Anywho, back to this meal. You saw me use a tiny strip of double-sided tape for the envelopes. The reason why is because I'm hoping that the receiver will be able to carefully peel off the envelopes and reuse them. So it's a little bit of both. I wanted to stick it on there. I also wanted it to be a goodie. The only thing is, I still haven't sent this out. It's still in my craft room, and I actually recently finished it because I started this project back in October. Can you believe that? Back in October, and then I started it, I worked on it for a while, and then I didn't know how to finish it, so I just left it there. And you're going to see how I finish it in a bit. But after finishing it, yeah, it's still with me. And that is with a lot of the projects that I've made recently. They're all still in my craft room. Partially because I haven't been making meals, so, you know, not making also equals not sending out. But also because lately I've really enjoyed having these in my room a little bit longer, because some projects you're just fond of for some reason, or you just like them a lot, and then it's nice to keep them around for inspiration and just to wait until you have the perfect receiver for a certain project. Hope that makes sense. Maybe that sounds a little bit weird, but I mean, I think again there will be people who know what I mean. I hope. And now I'm using some of the stickers that are in the Flipbook to decorate. I do have to say I love this book, but the stickers again are not, they don't stick that well, or maybe it's my project. I don't know. But I actually ended up putting some glue underneath the stickers just to reinforce, just to keep them in place. I'm out of frame now because I'm again die cutting. I could have cut that out, for some reason I didn't. I die cut a little flag, again same machine. It's just one of those blade things. You roll the die through the blades and then you press out the shape. And I am going to make a shaker. I haven't done that in forever. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing some sequins together. I do have to say that with my goal of being more sustainable, sequins and this plastic definitely, that's a dessert arriving randomly. My boyfriend brought me a dessert. Sequins and this plastic, it makes me feel guilty, long story short. But the thing is, I already have all of them, and it also makes me sort of happy, like shakers, you know, you can just shake them all day long. So I figured that while I have these supplies, I am going to use them. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm not going to de-stash them. I'm just going to use them until I run out. And then I'll look for sustainable options. I, for example, already have dies that die cut paper sequins. Like you can make paper sequins instead of plastic sequins. That makes me happy. So I'm already looking for other options. I did want to mention that because it feels, I'm not trying to shame anyone or guilt trip anyone, but it feels weird to talk about sustainability and then in the next shot to use plastic and to use sequins, which is basically microplastics. That's why I wanted to address it. I'm going to address it more often, I think, in my videos, simply because it is something that's on my mind and something that I'm working on being better at. So I will keep you up to date. I don't want to turn that into like a guilt tripping or to shaming anyone into doing anything. I want it to be kind of fun and educational. So if I find more sustainable options, I will let you know. But for now, I am also not going to lie. I do really like shakers and I do really like just shaking them around. We are now switching camera footage. The previous camera footage was made with my old camera and this is my new camera. That's also how you know that I did not finish this for very long. And this is one of the first clips I ever filmed. So I am filling up the goodie bags. I made a washi tape sample off camera. And I also am filling one of the pockets up with a ton of sticker flakes. And then the other pocket is going to get some labels if they fit. These labels I all die cut myself, or I stamped them myself and then I cut them out. And then last thing, I'm going to add some die cuts, which you see over there on the left. So that is basically today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Leave it a thumbs up and maybe a comment if you like. I also want to give a special thanks to my patrons who are here through everything, who give me ideas and inspiration and who support my channel in more ways than one. And of course I want to thank all of you as well, because without you, I wouldn't be doing this. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Take care of yourself, okay? Remember to breathe and drink some tea and be nice to yourself no matter the circumstances. And I'll talk to you again very soon. Okay, bye!